Hey everyone, this is Joe over at Synergy 17, and today I'm going to go over a tool in OOBling called Replace with Rhinestones. I'm not sure how many other applications might have this feature, but it's something that's very useful to use, and I'm going to show you three different reasons why I use it. Okay, so I'll start out with this cross here. First of all, it's just regular circles. If I double click on it, it's got the properties of an object, or sorry, of like a line. There's nodes, and I can stretch it and do normal stuff with it. It's just a piece of vector artwork. But when you make something a rhinestone, for example, if I take this and let's just choose this red stone and I plop it down here, this actually has properties. It has a name, it has a machining diameter of what it's going to cut, and it's got a cost. And all that stuff can be changed. You can change that on another page when you open the Rhinestone file and edit it. But that's what I have edited. This is what I have right now. So, but right now, this doesn't have that type of information. So according to this, this is 0.127 wide and 0.128 tall, and that's what it's going to cut on the cutter. Well, here's what I want to show you. The first method would be of reason why to use a replacement tool is you want to change the size of an object or the size of your item. So if I highlight this, I can see that it's 9.72 inches. Well, let's say a customer says they want that to be 10.5 or something like that. So I'll say 10.5 and hit enter. Well, it grew proportionately, but at the same time, this is now 0.138. Well, if I don't want this to be 0.138 and I want it to be still an SS10, you can highlight it, go to Transform, Rhinestone, Replace with Rhinestones. From here we go to Choose Replacement to pick the stone that we want to use. I'm going to use SS10, and I'll just pick this dark blue here. Add that to our list, hit OK, and when we're ready to convert all these to SS10 stones, we hit Replace. So what we did here was it replaced all those circles with the SS10 object. So things are a little bit spaced out more, but we were able to get it at 0.127 again. So the trick there really is that when you replace it, you can actually make your designs a little bit bigger and then replace it with a smaller stone. So even though when we resized it, it stretched the stone out, we turn around and the first thing we did was replace it back with the exact same stone we wanted originally, which is SS10. So it grew from SS10 to larger, then we replaced it with SS10s. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing, I'm going to delete this. Another thing you can do is when you bring in an EPS, let's say you bought something or you downloaded something, well, the thing is right now, same thing before, it's just a circle. There's no attributes or no properties to that object like the rhinestones. So if I went up here and I said, hey, how many, I just want to view my rhinestone count, it doesn't do anything. It's because there are no rhinestones. They're just circles. But if I highlight this, say Transform, Rhinestone, Replace with Rhinestones, choose my rhinestones, let's just say we're going to do this this reddish here, SS10, add, hit OK. When I actually replace them all, now if I go up to, if I double click on one, it has attributes, it has some properties, the SS10, the machine diameter, and the cost. But now I can actually go up here and say View Rhinestone Element Count, and it'll tell me that there's 409 stones here and what my cost is. So that's another reason that tool is useful, to change your regular circles into rhinestones, because then you have these rhinestone properties. So I'm going to delete that one. And the third reason is because of inaccurate circles. Maybe you downloaded something, or maybe you traced something and your circles look horrible. Let's say you vectorized it, or let's just say that whoever created the design didn't have perfect circles. They were oblong or just something different. So here's something I downloaded from the internet. I just did a search for rhinestone pattern and found this. When I zoom in, it's all choppy and blocky. So when I traced it, it came out, let me show you a wireframe, it came out all chunky and blocky as well. So what I want to do is take this over here. And if I click on one, it says 0.104. It says 103, 104. So they're, even though they're kind of screwed up, they're still pretty close in size, like 102, 103 on the height and the width. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to drag it a little bigger, and that's 0.157. Make it a little smaller. 0.142. I'm going to make it even a little bit smaller. I'm trying to get to an approximate SS10 size. And that's pretty close, 0.128. Well, like I said, these are all pretty hideous attempts at vectorizing this design right here. So what I can do is I can highlight it, go to Transform, Rhinestone, Replace with Rhinestones. I could choose my SS10 and my color, add that, hit OK, and when I'm ready, I just hit Replace. And what it's going to do is now I have all these perfect circles. So ready to cut and everything. And there's the attributes for it. So if you double click on it, you can see if it's a rhinestone or not. But so that's a pretty cool feature. I went from something that looked horrible like this to something that's very clear, ready to cut and ready to use as a template. So anyways, that's a few reasons why you want to use Transform, Rhinestone, Replace with Rhinestones.